Hello guys, if you ever used virtual machines, you probably wanted to expose your virtual machine to the local network. And when I say the local network, I mean to the other devices that are connected to the same network. So your other devices will become able to reach that virtual machine, not only the host of the virtual machine. And to do such thing on Gentoo, it's a little bit tricky. For the other distributions it may be simple, but on Gentoo it may be tricky. For me, I would like to say that for such thing I prefer using netifrc. It's the default network management software for Gentoo, and it's easier to use in order to make the bridge, network bridge, which is the tool that's needed in order to expose your virtual machine to your local network instead of making a new local network, and it's in the case of NAT or stuff like that. Alright, if you wanna follow these steps, starting from this one until this one, it's recommended that you are connected or you are using the computer directly. It's not through remote management tool like SSH and stuff. I followed the steps here, OpenRC, and I'm gonna show you what I did exactly. So the file is for netifrc, okay? So the file is in /etc/conf.d/net. You go to it with your favorite text editor. Here you specify what is the interface that you would like to bridge it. In my case it's ENO3. For you, you should check which one it is. So if you want to check, you can run the command IPA. And if you have many interfaces, it's supposed to be the one that has an IP address starting with 10 or 192 or 172, as I guess. I don't think there are other ones that are commonly used. So in my case it's, as I said, ENO3 or ENO3. If you want me to make another bridge, I can. If you want the bridge to be having static configurations, static IP addresses, which you specify yourself, in case your router doesn't have the DHCP server, or your host of the virtual machines is the one that's serving as a DHCP server, you can choose the configuration to be static. Like, I will show you how. You copy all of this, you paste, and then you choose your configuration. For example, this one has chosen the IP address 192.168.26.199 and the net mask, subnet mask 24 or 255.255.255.0, and this one I guess is the gateway. You can change it the way you like. In my case, I have a router which is working as the DHCP server. So in this case, I'm gonna replace all of this with single value, which is DHCP. I believe you have a similar case, so I recommend you to do like this. Here you change these interfaces with the one that you have to bridge. In my case it's ENO3, as I said, and then in my case I do have BR0. I will make it 1. BR0 is working. Let's use 1 here, and then here everywhere it should become BR1. Okay, this is for the bridge. There is also another type which is single NIC bridge. According to the wiki, it may be needed for LXC, Linux containers, LXC. LXD, it's a piece of software that's used to manage LXC, Podman, Zen, or Docker. So you change you make this this one, you make it null. In my case, I'm not gonna do it. And then you, for your BR1, it should be the same as the first one. Just ignore all of this, and then BR1 should be like this, the same. It will not change. This one also is the same. So the only thing that you need to do is to make the interface, the main interface that you would like to bridge with the configuration null. In some cases, like single NIC bridge, I believe it's for the layer, I guess it's the same layer, I'm not sure. Network guys, correct for me. Alright, so we got our new BR bridge. Let me erase all of this, and then this one for the new bridge that I'm making. You can choose, or you can select or type like me, pause the video and type BR0 or BR1. Since I did for BR0, I will do it again for BR1. Save and exit. For BR0, I do have it here. It's here. This one. Eno3, they are on the same network, which is 10.0.1.x, and the subnet is 24 bits. And BR, you can see it's the same, 10.0.1.x with 24 as a subnet. So now let's run the next command, which should be sudo ln-s/etc init.d/net.log, and then /etc init.d/net.br. If you wanna use BR0 or whichever name you want, actually it doesn't necessarily need to be BR, it can be virtual, you can call it bridge, it doesn't matter, it's not a problem. But I did do this with BR0, and now I've shown you that I'm doing it with BR1. So let's run this command for BR1. In your case, if you copied the configuration from me that are for BR0 and you call it your bridge BR0, this command should become like this. But I have run this command. I wanted to run the command live. As you've seen, it should be BR1, the new bridge that I made right now. The next command is sudo rc-service net.br. As I said, if you want to choose BR0, it should here be BR0. I can run that command, it's fine. Start. It's working. As I said, it's started, but in my case it's BR1, the new one. So here it's BR1. And now I'm gonna get a new IP address for this bridge, and you're gonna see it. For the configurations, I added these 2 lines as the wiki recommends strongly adding them to keep the connection working well. You can read, I will put this wiki page in the description. You can read very well and understand why these lines need to be added. I'm not gonna talk so much about it. Alright, I was able to make a symbolic link between br1 and net.low files. When I ran the service to start the bridge, I lost the connection, since this is a SSH connection, although I did do the same before and try to start the bridge for BR0 and it worked. So I'm gonna try again with BR0 in front of you. Let's wish the connection isn't lost. Sorry, not like this. Net dot and then start. Alright, you can see that for BR0 it's working. For the symbolic link, I did do already the symbolic link for BR0 and it was working well. Let's do it again for BR1. It may cause the connection to be lost. It happened like this before and the connection is lost. I don't know why. It's supposed to work, but I don't know why the connection is lost. So I will have to restart the computer and then show you how to use the bridge. I may work with BR1 since I did the commands with BR1. Some of you may want to input the commands the exact same way I input them. So I will restart the computer and then we will try with only one bridge, which is BR1, and let's see how to use it in the virtual machines for QEMU. I restarted the computer, so let's try to start the bridge. Let's try with BR1 instead of BR0. BR1 start. Yes, so it's working. I don't know if there is something wrong with my system preventing it from having more than a bridge. I believe we are able to have more than a bridge, so in such case we will accept the current configuration for the demonstration purposes. I will try to dig more later alone and tell you if there are any extra configurations to have more than an interface or than a bridge interface, more than a bridge interface. And now let's go to QEMU, to the virtual machine, to select the bridge that we have just made. We can run the command sudo rc update add net.br1 default is optional, you don't need to run it. And let's check RC status and we will have our BR1 alongside our default network interface. Alright, let's go to the configurations. As I said, for example, this one, we go to open and then here we go to NIC, this one. I told you I tried with BR0, let's try with BR1, apply, go back here and start the virtual machine. This host that has the virtual machine, I'm using VNC and SSH to connect to it. So in this case we will be able to use the client of VNC and SSH to check if our virtual machine is or has joined the LAN like it is a true device, like it's a hardware device that's on the same LAN, but in fact it's a virtual machine. Let's prepare our SSH client to connect to our bridged virtual machine after it's started already. Okay, I need to log in to know what is the IP address. Let's go to the terminal and then run the command IPA, and it's 206. Okay, go to this terminal here, SSH user at 10.0.1.206. Yes, and we can see that our virtual machine is just like a computer that's connected to the same IP address. This computer or this virtual machine runs CentOS 9 stream. You can see that it's the one that I added right now, or I connected to right now after I configured it to use the bridge as a network interface, the bridge that we just made. Anyway, I guess that's it. Thank you for watching. If you're interested in similar content, please consider subscribing. If you like it or dislike the video, hit whichever button that matches with your impression. Leave a comment if you have anything to say. I thank you very much for watching this video, and peace.